Leaving your dog alone sounds simple. You just grab your keys, tell them be a good boy, and walk out the door. Wrong. Guess again. The moment you leave, your dog transforms into an unsupervised toddler with the problem-solving skills of a criminal mastermind. If you don't prepare properly, you're coming home to a house that looks like it was ransacked by a hurricane wearing fur. So, if you value your sanity, your furniture, and your dog's innocence in a future court trial, never ever do these things before leaving your dog alone. Before you sit back and dig in, make sure to subscribe to our community of furry friends, because at the end of the month, we will launch a surprise for our continuous journey together. Number 10, the loose collar. Leaving your dog home alone with a loose collar is like sending a toddler into a toy store with roller skates. Something will go wrong. At best, your dog spends the day scratching at it, eventually wriggling free like a furry Houdini. At worst, that collar gets snagged on something, and suddenly, you've got a panic pup caught in an accidental game of will I escape or destroy everything. Dogs are experts at getting into places they shouldn't. That's slightly ajar drawer. Challenge accepted. The chair with the gap just big enough for a head. Perfect place to investigate. Now imagine their loose collar catching on something mid-adventure. Cue doggy chaos, tugging, thrashing, and possibly taking half the furniture with them. Even if they don't get stuck, a loose collar is basically an open invitation for mischief. They shake, off it goes. They scratch, gone. And if they manage to get outside, now you've got a unidentified free-range dog roaming the streets, living their best and most dangerous life. Solution: make sure the collar fits snugly but comfortably. You should be able to fit 2 fingers between the collar and their neck. Otherwise, you might come home to a collarless, slightly guilty-looking dog in a mysteriously destroyed room. Number 9, the trash dumpster. A trash can isn't just a trash can. To your dog, it's a gourmet buffet wrapped in a fun puzzle. It doesn't matter how full, how empty, or how well hidden it is. If there's food in there or anything that once smelled like food, your dog is getting in. That pizza crust you didn't finish, that's a 5-star main course. The coffee grounds, a delicate seasoning, the empty chip bag, still worth licking clean. By the time you get home, your kitchen looks like a raccoon broke in and hosted a dinner party. Trash is everywhere. Shredded napkins, torn food wrappers, a banana peel in the hallway for absolutely no reason. And your dog, they know they messed up. But will they admit it? Never. Instead, they sit right in the middle of the mess, looking at you with wide, innocent eyes. So unless you enjoy surprise forensic cleanup, take out the trash. Because if you don't, your dog already has. Number 8, bathroom sneak a peek. Congratulations, you just turned your bathroom into Disneyland for dogs. Toilet lit up, boom. Deluxe water fountain. Who cares that they have a clean water bowl? Nothing hits like toilet vintage. Full toilet paper roll, instant confetti party. Your dog will shred that thing like it insulted their ancestors. And if you have a small dog, oh buddy, say goodbye to your dignity because they're going straight for the laundry hamper, specifically your underwear. And they won't just steal it, they will parade it proudly through the house, preferably in front of guests. So unless you want to explain why your dog just ran through the living room waving your underwear like a victory flag, do yourself a favor. Close the bathroom door. Number 7, exercise. Leaving a dog alone without exercise is like giving a kid a candy bar and expecting them to take a nap. It's just not gonna happen. Dogs need to burn off energy, and if you don't help them do it, they'll take matters into their own paws. That could mean tearing up the couch or zooming through the house like a tornado. It's never good. A quick walk, some tug of war, or even a few minutes of fetch can make all the difference. A tired dog is a calm dog, and a calm dog won't turn your house into a disaster zone. So do yourself a favor, wear them out before you go, or prepare for chaos. Number 6, Houdini dog. Oh, my dog would never jump over the fence. Buddy, your dog just shattered Olympic records while you were gone. You thought your fence was secure? Cute. Your dog saw it as a light challenge. The second you left, they turned into a 4-legged Houdini, scaling that thing like a trained escape artist. No hesitation, no regrets. By the time you realize they're gone, they're already 3 houses down, casually sniffing some stranger's barbecue grill like they've lived there for years. Meanwhile, you're out there in full panic mode, running through the neighborhood, barefoot, looking completely unhinged as you scream their name. Do they hear you? Yes. Do they care? Absolutely not. They'll acknowledge you only when they're good and ready, which, let's be honest, is right after they finish mooching food from your neighbor. So, unless you want to star in your own weekly episode of Where Did My Dog Go This Time, reinforce that fence. Because if you think your dog can't escape, they already have. Number 5, watering hole. Dogs can't just wander over to the fridge, grab a bottle, and dramatically chug it like a sports commercial. They rely on you, their benevolent human overlord, to ensure they don't shrivel up like a forgotten houseplant. Now, let's say you accidentally forgot. Maybe you were rushing out the door, maybe your dog distracted you with those please don't leave me eyes, or maybe you just had a brain glitch, it happens. Fast forward a few hours, your dog, parched beyond belief, starts eyeing the toilet bowl like it's a 5-star resort. Next thing you know, they're enthusiastically lapping up eau de porcelain, complete with the essence of whatever cleaning chemicals you last used. Best case scenario, they just get a weird aftertaste and give you a look of betrayal when you get home. Worst case, you're cleaning up a very regret-filled dog mess at 2 a.m. because their stomach didn't appreciate the toilet tiny they just chugged. Sug, the moral of the story, always leave out fresh water. Your dog deserves hydration, not a survival challenge. Number 4, background noise. Leaving your dog in total silence is like leaving your grandma alone with a Wi-Fi router that just stopped working. Panic mode activated. Dogs are used to background noise. Your voice, the TV, that weird throat-clearing sound you make. When it all suddenly disappears, their brain goes into overdrive. Where did my human go? Am I alone forever? Cue non-stop barking at absolutely nothing. Now imagine you leave the TV on. Suddenly, your dog isn't stuck in a psychological thriller. They're chilling while some guy on a cooking show explains how to make the perfect omelet. No panic, just vibes. So do your dog and your neighbors a favor. Turn on the TV, some music, or even a podcast. Because a dog who thinks they're abandoned is way louder than one just listening to some smooth jazz. Number 3, dirty dancing in the dishes. To you, it's just a few dishes you'll wash later. To your dog, it's an abandoned feast waiting to be claimed. That half-eaten sandwich? Vanished. The plate with a little bit of sauce left, licked so clean you'd think it just came out of the dishwasher. The sponge? Gone without a trace, probably marinating in their stomach. They don't see this as bad behavior. They see it as their duty. Their ancestors may have hunted for survival, but your dog, they raid the sink like a tiny, four-legged pirate. By the time you get home, the kitchen smells weird, the silverware is suspiciously spotless, and your dog is sitting there like, no idea what happened, but I have zero regrets. So unless you want to play detective with missing dishware, wash your plates before you go. Because if food ever touched it, your dog considers it fair game. Number 2, keep calm and carry on. Seeing your dog anxious isn't easy, but remember, your stress can feed theirs. If you set up a cozy, reassuring space for them, trust that they'll manage just fine in your absence. Make your exits as smooth as possible by getting things ready well in advance, allowing you to leave without any rush or drama. Believe it or not, your dog probably appreciates a bit of quiet time too, and will be all the more excited to see you when you're back. If your furry friend still seems glued to your side and panics at the thought of you leaving, here's a small step to start with. Teach them to stay command. It's not just about them staying put, it's about building their confidence to be on their own. Start simple. Ask them to sit, then introduce stay. Use a clear hand signal. Pivot. Step away, then return. But here's the kicker. Only dish out treats when you're right next to them again. This little exercise is more than just a trick. It's a lesson in patience and trust. Your dog starts to pick up on a vital piece of info. Sure, you might leave, but hey, you're coming back, and guess what? You're bringing goodies. Now patience is key. You'll want to slowly up the ante, a little further away each time, a tad longer with each attempt. It's not an overnight thing, but stick with it. Before you know it, your furry buddy will start seeing solo time as just a brief pause, not a permanent goodbye. Number 1, keep your dog active. Intelligence toys reward your dog with treats or a bit of fun for their efforts and can keep them busy for a very long time. Take the Kong toy, for example. Dogs have to roll it, nudge it, and sometimes even toss it into the air to get to the treats inside, turning snack time into an engaging challenge. Or why not turn your home into an adventure zone with a hide-and-seek treat game? Tuck treats in various nooks and crannies and watch your dog become a detective using their nose to uncover each hidden treasure. And here's a trick for hot days. Freeze treats in a bowl of water overnight. When you leave it out for your dog, they'll have a slowly melting puzzle that keeps them both entertained and refreshed. As the ice melts, it reveals treats bit by bit, rewarding their patience and keeping them cool and hydrated. It's a win-win for beating the heat and boredom. We'd love to hear from you. What's the worst thing your dog has ever done while you were gone? Drop your best or most disastrous dog alone stories. We need to know just how deep this criminal operation goes. Don't forget to check out our next video, 30 things your dog wishes you knew about.